What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. If you like Madden 23 rebuilds, then you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions down in the comments of other types of rebuilds that you want to see. I might pick your comment and feature it in an upcoming video. Jack Bowie suggested, can you do the Ravens? So today we're going to be doing the Baltimore Ravens if they decided to trade Lamar Jackson away. Simulated to the end of the 2022 season, the Baltimore Ravens actually ended up winning the Super Bowl against the Eagles 28-16 to win their third ever Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP, and he also won regular season MVP, which is crazy. So that means that his value is going to be at an all-time high when we go to try to trade him. Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald won Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Christian Watson won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Packers, and Aiden Hutchinson won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Lions. We ended up having the 26th ranked offense with 6,000 yards, and defensively we were ranked first, so yeah, defense definitely carried the team along with Lamar Jackson. He threw for 3,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 67% completion with the 107 rating. He also ran for 1,185 yards, 5.2 per carry with 14 touchdowns. Insane season, man. J.K. Dobbins had 1,000 yards, 3.9 per carry with 11 touchdowns. Devin Duvernay led the team in yards with 1,000 receiving, 11 touchdowns. Bateman had 673 with 8 touchdowns. Andrews had almost 600 yards with 5 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins had almost 500 yards with 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Roquan Smith led the team in tackles with 93. Patrick Queen had 89. Madubuike had 16 TFLs, and Calais Campbell led the team in sacks with 9.5. Justin Houston had 8.5. Madubuike had 5.5, and Owa had 4.5. Marcus Williams had 7 interceptions. That's freaking crazy. Marlon Humphrey had 3, and then Smith, Queen, Bowser, Hamilton, Clark, and Stevens all had 1 interception. Defensive end Calais Campbell decided to retire after 15 years. He just led the team in sacks, so we're definitely going to have to try to do something to replace him. We have $75 million in cap space. I offered Lamar Jackson a lowball deal on purpose so he would turn it down, and I'm going to franchise tag him 1 year, $31.9 million, and then I'm going to end up trading him away before the next season starts. We're, simulating that he decided not to come to a long-term deal with the Ravens or vice versa. Marcus Peters, 30 years old, 84 overall, scheme fit, star dev, wants a 1-year deal for $11.5 million. Happy to pay him that if he'll come back. He's coming back. And then the rest of the guys, Kyle Fuller, Justin Houston, Demarcus Robinson, Kenyon Drake. I mean, all these guys are starting to get pretty old. And then these other guys are younger, but they're not really developing. Probably bring Tyler Huntley back just to have him as a backup quarterback. He's coming back, and then that's going to be it going to free agency. I was looking at the team salaries, and I'm going to go ahead and release Nick Boyle. He's 30 years old. He's down to a 66 overall, and he's going to make $9 million. So we're going to save $6 million by releasing him. So I'm going to free up a little bit of cap space by letting him go. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Lamar Jackson is playing up to a 98 with X Factor. I did look at trade offers for him, but only the Giants were offering a deal and nobody else. So I'm going to wait until we get to the draft and check and see if more teams are interested then. If not, I'm going to wait till the beginning of next year. We got Dobbins and Edwards at running back. So I got Bateman and Duvernay at wide receiver. Well, we need to get a third receiver. Offensive line is looking good. We still got Andrews at tight end, 99 with superstar. And then Isaiah likely as a backup. He's a 73 with star dev. Defensively, I did re-sign Roquan Smith to a long-term deal. I think it was like 5 years. We still got Patrick Queen for now. We got Owa and Titus Bowser at outside linebackers. Ended up moving Jones to defensive end. He's a 72 overall, but he does have a hit or a star dev. We still got Michael Pierce and Madubuike. Humphrey and Peters at cornerback. We do need a third cornerback. Marcus Williams is up to a 92 with superstar dev, and then Hamilton was a rookie last year. Now he's got star dev and he's 79 overall. So really on defense, we just need a corner and a defensive end, and then on offense, basically just need a wide receiver. We're gonna end up trading Lamar Jackson, and I'm gonna try to get a quarterback from another team instead of drafting one. In free agency, I'm only bringing in cornerback Jamel Dean. He's an 85 overall, scheme fit, star dev, 26 years old. Got him on a 3-year deal, so he's gonna be playing slot for us. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 32. I was going to try to trade up to get somebody, but we're so far back that it's basically impossible. I did try to get trade offers for Lamar Jackson once again, but literally no one's offering right now, so we're just going to have to wait till the beginning of the season. So for now, I'm going to draft this left tackle, Jalen Duncan from Maryland, 6'5", 320 pounds. He's a power scheme fit. Only got him 50% scouted. He's 22 years old. Good acceleration, good change of direction with good strength. He only has normal dev with 88 strength. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this defensive end, Mike Morris from Michigan. He's 6'5", 292 pounds. He's a power rush scheme fit, only having 50% scouted once again. He's 21 years old. He has good acceleration, good change of direction, good strength, solid in everything else. He does have hidden dev with 84 strength and 79 speed. That's a great pick. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this wide receiver, Trey Palmer from Nebraska. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's a deep threat. He's 21 years old and he's a top fit for us, so that's probably a good sign. He has good acceleration, good change of direction, good jumping, good speed with solid strength and change of direction. He has hidden dev with 91 speed. Freaking awesome. We needed a third receiver. Here in the fourth round, I'm going to draft this running back, Dwayne McBride from UAB. He's 5'11", 215 pounds. He's a power back scheme fit, only having 50% scouted, 21 years old, and he's a top fit for us. He has decent acceleration and agility, solid change of direction with good jumping, decent speed, and good strength. Normal dev 87 speed. Round 5, I'm going to draft this center, Joe Tippmann from Wisconsin. He's 6'5", 317 pounds. He's a power scheme fit, 21 years old. He has good acceleration, agility, and change of direction, and good speed, solid jumping, and solid strength. Dang, he's got hidden dev, 85 strength. Nice. First round pick, Jalen Duncan, the left tackle, is only a 71 overall, and he had normal dev, so he's probably just going to be a career backup. Morris is a 69 overall. We saw that he had hidden dev, and also Palmer had hidden dev. He's a 69 overall as well. McBride's only a 67, and then Tippmann, he's a 64 overall. Surprisingly, he has hidden dev, so he'll still be a backup for us for now. Check out the entire NFL draft. Number 1 pick, Will Anderson, 78 overall, went to the Jets. Jalen Carter, 79 overall, was the highest with defensive tackle that went to the Texans. Bijan Robinson, 79 overall, went to the Lions. At the beginning of the next season, and I was able to trade Lamar Jackson to the 49ers to get Trey Lance to be our next starting quarterback, and also Nick Bosa. So I think this is going to be a good, fair trade right here. This is what the starting lineup is looking like for season 1. Trey Lance is a 74 overall with star dev, technically a 73. 23 years old. He's got 90 throw power, 87 speed. His accuracies are 79, 81, and 85. Check out his contract real quick. He's only going to be in his 3rd year. I think, yeah, it's going to be his 3rd year. So technically we have this year and next year, and then we can do a 5th-year option. So we have him pretty cheap for a couple of years, so we should be able to re-sign Nick Bosa. We got Dobbins at running back, Bateman and Duvernay at wide receiver, and then Palmer, the rookie, is going to be playing in the slot with his hidden dev. Stanley Powers, Linderbaum, Zietler, Moses, Andrews at tight end, 98 with superstar dev. And then we got Nick Bosa. I'm going to leave him down here at defensive end, and then he's also going to be in there whenever it's pass rush time, so he's going to be trying to get sacks, obviously. So we got Pierce and Matabuke. Humphrey's a 94 with superstar, Jamel Dean is an 86 with star, and then Marcus Peters in the slot is an 85 with star dev. Marcus Williams is a 90 with superstar. We got Smith and Patrick Queen at middle linebackers. And then Hamilton at strong safety is 80 with superstar. I mean, not superstar, star. The midseason point, we're 4-3, not off to a bad start, but we are 3rd in the division. The Steelers are 5-1, the Bengals are 5-2, and the Browns are 2-5. So everybody's trying to be a good team right now. We got $49 million in cap space. Nick Bosa wants $1 bajillion. We already knew that was going to happen. Probably going to end up having to lose a couple of guys in order to keep him. And we have a lot of guys here that I want to keep. Let's see how much this guy wants. Nick Bosa, $27 million, average of about $30 million a year. Let's go ahead and offer it to him. All right, he's coming back. Definitely want to re-sign him because he was a big trade piece that we got. Steelers 33. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. Him and Marcus Peters are both gonna go down since they're over 30. J.K. Dobbins, 24 years old. He's 82 overall with star dev. He wants a 4-year deal for $18.9 million. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. That's really not that bad at all. He's coming back. And then I definitely want to try to bring Patrick Queen back for sure. He usually develops nicely in Madden. All right, he's coming back, and we got $11 million left. Do we want to bring Duvernay back? He has no interest in coming back. End of the regular season, we finished 11-6. We did make it to the playoffs. The Bengals won the division with the same 11-6 record, and then the Browns and the Steelers both went 7-10. See what happened with the season stats. We had the 31st ranked offense. Wow. Defensively, number 1. So yeah, they offset each other, I guess. Trey Lance threw for 3,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 68% completion with a 108 rating. It's actually a really good year from him, passing wise. Dobbins had 1,000 yards, 3.8 per carry with 4 touchdowns. Trey Lance ran for 762 yards, only 3.5 per carry, but still had 6 touchdowns. Gus Edwards had 11 rushing touchdowns. Duvernay led the team in yards with 1,000 yards. Duvernay led the team in receiving yards with 1,000. He had 17 receiving touchdowns, while 859 yards for Bateman with 5 touchdowns. Mark Andrews, 600 yards, 1 touchdown. And then the rookie Trey Palmer had 500 yards with 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Patrick Queen led the team in tackles with 117, and Roquan Smith right behind him with 114. Owa and Bosa both had 15 TFLs. Nick Bosa led the team with sacks with 17. Love to see that for sure. Definitely worth paying him all that money. Owa had 7.5. Pierce had 4.5, and Matabuke had 4.5. Roquan Smith had 6 interceptions. Well, Patrick Queen had 3. Jamel Dean had 3. Owa, Humphrey, and Peters had 1 interception. Going to be playing against the 10-7 New England Patriots in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Bengals against the Raiders, the Colts against the Chiefs, and then the Broncos had a first round bye week. Wow. Unfortunately, the Patriots ended up beating us 27-17, so we're out of the playoffs. Well, look at this. Lamar Jackson and the 49ers beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 41-31, so Lamar Jackson won his 2nd straight Super Bowl. Go figure. San Francisco wins their 6th Super Bowl ever. Jimmy Ward won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Bryce Young won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Titans. Myles Murphy won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Cardinals. Kevin Zeitler ended up retiring after 12 years from the right guard position, so we're going to have to replace him. We have $25 million in cap space. Marcus Peters, 31 years old. He's down to an 82 with scheme fit, star dev. He wants a 1-year deal for $7.5 million, and he has a lot of interest in coming back. I'm going to go ahead and offer it to him. Probably be the last year that we bring him back. Duvernay, I think I'm just going to move on from him. He has no interest in coming back to the team, and I don't want to overpay him. He's already almost reached his max out potential. Matabuke, probably going to move on from him. He wants $32 million over 3 years. No thanks. Chuck Clark, moving on from him. Gus Edwards. All these guys, we're just going to move on. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Trey Lance is playing up to a 78. He still has star dev. Dobbins is 83 with star. Fortunately, Palmer lost his hidden dev. What the heck? Alright, so we're going to need another receiver. I mean, obviously we need a 3rd one anyways. I ended up moving Falale to right guard, so he's going to be starting for us there after Zeitler retired. So I think we're good on the offensive line for this year. And obviously tight end is a strength on the team. Defensively, I think I'm going to roll with Jones at defensive end. I mean, if we absolutely have to, we will. I'm going to keep Bowser on his last year of his deal. He's at a 76 with normal dev. Pretty much don't need anything on the defense other than those 2 spots. If we can upgrade them, I would try to. Lamar Jackson made it to free agency, so the 49ers decided not to re-sign him. That don't make any sense. Also, Jalen Hurts is here. He's a 93 overall. Justin Herbert's here. He's a 93 overall. Tua's here with the 86 overall. And Tom Brady, 47 years old, is still here with the 80 overall star dev. Insane free agent quarterback class. I'm only bringing in wide receiver Laviska Shenault. He's a 79 overall, scheme fit with star dev, 25 years old. And then I wanted to see where Lamar Jackson went. He ended up going to the Seattle Seahawks. The heck? Jalen Hurts went to the Detroit Lions. Justin Herbert went to the Titans. Why is he going to the Titans? They just drafted Bryce Young and he just won Offensive Rookie of the Year. That makes no sense at all. Turned down Trey Lance's 5th-year option, and I'm just going to try to re-sign him to a long-term deal, and it might be a little bit cheaper since he's still below 80 overall right now. On to the draft, we have pick number 23. I'm going to draft this cornerback, Justin Ford from Nevada. He's 6'2", 188 pounds. He's a man-to-man scheme fit. Have him 100% scouted, and he's a true first-round talent. 21 years old. He has great agility, great change of direction, elite speed. He has B-man coverage and only C-zone coverage. Dang, he only has normal dev. Go figure. 95 speed, he's fast. 2nd round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Paul Carr from Penn State. He's 6'5", 247 pounds. He's a speed rushing scheme fit. I only have him 50% scouted. He's 21 years old. He has good change of direction, great jumping, and great speed. The main thing I like about him is that we know for sure he has B finesse moves. He's got hidden dev, nice 85 speed. Here in the 3rd round, I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, DeAndre Harden from Oklahoma. This dude is freaking huge. Look, he's 6'3", 358 pounds. Wow. Run stopping scheme fit. Got him 50% scouted. He's 21 years old. He has elite strength, decent speed, decent jumping. Just taking a chance on him. He has A tackle, A play rec. Normal dev with 98 strength. 4th round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Rashard Langley from Notre Dame. He's 6'3", 260 pounds. He's a power rushing scheme fit. Only got him 50% scouted. He's 22 years old. He has great acceleration, decent agility, decent jumping, solid speed. Probably just going to be a backup. Normal dev with only 80 speed. Yep. Looking at the draft recap, 1st round pick Justin Ford, the cornerback, is actually a 75 overall, which is great, but he only has normal dev. Seems like I draft those type of players a lot, to be a cornerback that has a high overall but only has normal dev, and then he never gets star dev. 2nd round pick was only a 66 overall. That big old defensive tackle we drafted is actually a 72. That's good to see. I mean, he's probably just gonna be a backup though. The rest of these guys, yeah, they're probably just all gonna be backups. Checking out the entire NFL draft recap, number 1 pick was a 74 defensive end that went to the Giants. Highest in the whole class was an 82 overall running back that went to the Rams. Nice. This is the starting lineup for season 2. Trey Lance is playing up to a 77. He has star dev. We brought in Chenault at wide receiver 2. Also, I signed James Conner in free agency right before I started recording this. He was just sitting there. We needed a backup power back, so we got him. We got Bateman, and we still got Palmer. We moved Falalay to right guard. Still got Moses at right tackle. Andrews is a 99 with star dev. Stanley's a 92 with superstar. Defensively, the computer wants to play Morris at defensive end over Jones, so I'm just going to let it go and see what happens with that. Then we got Pierce, and then that big guy we drafted backing him up. Bosa's 99 X Factor still. Humphrey went down to star dev. He was superstar. Jamel Dean's 87 with star. Peters is 83 with star dev. We did just draft Ford though, so what I think I'm going to do, I always end up doing this when I draft these players that have normal dev, but I'm going to trade away Peters because this is going to be Peters' replacement since Peters is older, and make Ford start in the slot. And we got Williams 91 at star dev at free safety, Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith, the middle linebacker still. We still got Bowser over here. Guess we'll just roll with him for this season. And Hamilton at strong safety is 81 overall. Put Marcus Peters on the trade block. The 49ers are willing to give me Eric Armstead. He's an 83 overall defensive tackle. I know he's a little bit older at this point, but he actually does pretty good in these Madden rebuilds that I do. And they want to give me a 4th round pick, so I think we can get him and move him to defensive end. The midseason point, we're 4-3, so not off to a bad start. The Bengals are 6-1, and then the Browns and the Steelers are both 3-4. Apparently every player on my practice squad got signed by another team, so I guess I had a lot of good players on there. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $43 million in cap space. Eric Armstead's deal is going to be up. I'm going to wait till the end of the year since he's 30. He'll probably go down a little bit, but I do want to re-sign him. Michael Pierce, 31 years old, probably going to do the same thing. Wait till the end of the year. Patrick Ricard, 30 years old, same thing. Owa, I'm not sure if I want to bring him back yet or not. Let's see if he has a good season. Moses, 33 years old, he's going to fall off hardcore. He's already at normal dev, so we're probably going to move on from him. Definitely need to bring Trey Lance back. 24 years old, he's 77 overall with star dev. He wants a 4-year deal for $74 million, which is actually really cheap for a starting quarterback. Doesn't have a lot of interest, so I'm going to bump him up to a 5-year deal. How much is a 6-year? Let's go 6-year and see if he'll sign. He even wants more. You need to do more to convince me. I just gave you a 6-year offer. It's funny, I was just talking about, I'm not sure if I want to re-sign Owa, the pass rushing outside linebacker, unless he has like a breakout year, and then we got a dev trade breakout opportunity for him, so we're looking at the results of it here, and he did not get it, so. Trying to re-sign Trey Lance again. I gave him the same 6-year deal, but I did bump the money up a lot, so let's see if he signs. Now he's coming back. All right. We finished 8-9. We did not make the playoffs. The Bengals won the division with a 13-4 record. The Steelers went 8-9, and the Browns went 7-10. See what happened with the player stats. 30th ranked offense. That's not good. Defensively 5th. So yeah, our offense is holding us back. Trey Lance looks like he regressed. He only threw for 3,300 yards. 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 65% completion, only a 97 rating, so yeah, he went down a lot production wise. J.K. Dobbins ran for 1,300 yards, 4.3 per carry with 9 touchdowns. Trey Lance 700 yards rushing, 3.8 per carry with 4 touchdowns, and then James Conner came in and just pounded the ball into the end zone, got 16 touchdowns in the backup spot. Mark Andrews led the team in receiving yards with 863, and he had 10 touchdowns. Bateman had 700 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chenault had 700 yards, 2 touchdowns. Palmer had 600 yards with 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Patrick Queen led the team in tackles with 123. Roquan Smith had 111. Armstead had 17 TFLs. Bosa had 16.5 sacks, and Armstead had 9. That's good to see. Owa only had 3, and Bowser only had 3. Humphrey had 4 interceptions. Roquan Smith had 3. Ford, the rookie cornerback, had 2. Bowser had 1. Queen, Dean, and Ali had 1. Cowboys beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl 27-10 to win their 6th Super Bowl. DeMarcus Lawrence won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Deebo Samuel won Offensive Player of the Year with the 49ers. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. I was checking out the player retirements, and nobody retired from the Ravens, but I just thought it was funny at the top right there. Tom Brady retired after 25 years from the Vikings. Freaking dude played forever. We only have $11 million in cap space, so we can't really re-sign too many people, if not any at all. Michael Pierce wants a 1-year deal for $8 million. Might just move on from him. He's already down to 81. We can just roll with that defensive tackle that we drafted last year. That was like 350 billion pounds. Oh, definitely can't bring him back. Can't afford it. Moses, I'm moving on from him. Makari, 2 years, 9.9 mil. Moses is 1 year, 4.6 mil. Nah, I'm just gonna move on from everybody. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Trey Lance is up to a 79 with star dev. Palmer's still here at the 3rd receiver spot. I'm gonna start Duncan at the right tackle spot. We drafted him in the 1st round, I think, in the 1st draft. We got Andrews unlikely over here at tight end. Defensively, things are not looking great. We lost Michael Pierce at defensive tackle. Still got Morris at defensive end. We need to get some pass rush and outside linebackers, at least one, because in pass rush situations, Nick Bosa always comes in at defensive end. But yeah, these two guys ain't gonna cut it, a 68 and a 70. Good news though, Ford did jump up to star dev. See what happened, did he end up getting it through award or something? Just says development trait increased during the staff week plus star dev. All right, we'll take it. Unfortunately, free agency did not go well for us. We barely had any money, and only thing I could do was get Shaq Barrett at outside linebacker. He's a 76 overall, which is bad. He's 32 years old, which is bad, and he's normal dev, which is bad. But I went in here and I looked at his stats for the last couple of seasons, and he had 11.5 sacks last year, and he had 16 sacks the year before. So maybe we can squeeze 1 more year out of him. We have pick number 14 since we did not make the playoffs. I'm going to draft this speed rushing outside linebacker Gil Booker from Texas A&M. He's 6'4", 259 pounds. He's a scheme fit. I have him 100% scouted. He's projected to be 1st rounder. His true talent is 1st to 2nd. It's the best one on the board that I have that's 100% scouted, 22 years old. His player note says that he's a physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits, struggles to find the ball in the air. That's not good, but he has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball from runners, shows good discipline and won't get flagged much, loves to utilize a spin as a counter move, has a swift arm over move in his arsenal, will utilize power and leverage to bull through pass protectors. Definitely what we need. Good acceleration, good jumping, great speed, good strength. And he has A finesse moves. He's got hidden dev with 85 speed. Nice. I was scared that he was going to have normal dev. Here in the 2nd round, I have 3 wide receivers that are 100% scouted, and they're all true 1st round talents. This guy right here, Marquise Randall from Ohio State, is the one I like the most. He's 6'4", 221 pounds, playmaker scheme fit, 21 years old. He has solid acceleration, great agility, good change of direction, great jumping, good speed, elite strength, and he has A in a lot of stuff and B in a lot of stuff. He only has normal dev, of course. 91 speed, 91 jumping. Here in the 3rd round, and this wide receiver, George Vaughn, is still here. It's the 3rd round, and he's a true 1st round talent. There's no way I can pass him up. He's from Michigan. He's 6'3", 227 pounds. He's a physical archetype. 21 years old. Good acceleration, good agility, elite jumping, solid speed with great strength. Does have a lot of A's and some stuff. He has some B's and some F's though. Normal dev with 89 speed. I was hoping we were going to get lucky and he had hidden dev. Here in the 4th round, I'm going to draft this running back, Josh Riley from Maryland. He's 5'10", 231 pounds, power back, scheme fit. We need a backup running back. He's 23 years old, so he's a little bit older. Good acceleration, decent agility, jumping and speed, and then he has great strength. Normal dev with 88 speed. First round pick Gil Booker, the outside linebacker, is a 73 overall. We did see he has hidden dev, and he's 22 years old. Speed rusher, he has 78 tackle, 71 hit power, 85 speed. Finesse moves is a 79. I think that was an A. And then his power moves, where's his power moves at? Am I blind? Am I not? Oh, that's right beside finesse moves at 67. Wow. Second round pick, Marquise Randall, the wide receiver. He was supposed to be a true first round talent. He's actually a 75, which is good, but he still only has normal dev. 21 years old, 91 speed, 89 catching, 80 catching traffic. He actually has some pretty decent short route running and spectacular catches, 87. And then the third round pick, wide receiver George Vaughn. He was supposed to be a true first round talent as well. He's a 74 overall, which is good, but he only had normal dev too. 21 years old, 89 speed, 89 catching, 86 spectacular catch, 82 catching traffic, so they can catch, that's for sure. Josh Riley, the running back, is only a 71 overall, and he only had normal dev. I'll let the computer draft the rest of the guys. They don't look like they're worth anything. Entire NFL draft recap: number 1 pick was an 80 overall quarterback that went to the Saints. And then the highest in the entire draft was an 83 overall running back that went to the Minnesota Vikings. Making some changes on the playbook. On the offensive scheme, we're switching to a vertical power run. It was a West Coast power run, which was 81%, but we're going to go to a vertical power run, which is only 68%. But that's going to give us the Buffalo Bills playbook. I want to see if Trey Lance can do better in this playbook, more passing than running. This is the starting lineup for season 3. Trey Lance is playing up to a 79 with star dev. Still got Dobbins at running back, and then I guess McBride's gonna be the backup. We got Bateman and Chenault, and then we also got those 2 rookies that we drafted, Randall and Palmer. We're gonna be having a pass-heavy offense this time, so maybe one of those guys will break out and have a Rookie of the Year award. Stanley's over here at left tackle. Powers is here, but he's injured for some reason. And then Linderbaum, Falale, Duncan, and then Andrews and Isaiah Likely at tight end. Defensively, Booker's going to be starting for us, outside linebacker, the rookie. He's a 74 with hidden dev. And then we also brought in Shaq Barrett. Smith is a 96 with superstar. Queen's a 84 with star. Biggest issue I think we're going to have is a defensive line, but luckily these guys are freaking huge, so hopefully that'll help out. And then we also have Jamel Dean, but for whatever reason he's injured for 1 week. I don't understand how guys are injured when we're coming right off the off season, but okay. And Ford's a 78 with star dev. The midseason point, we're off to a pretty bad start. The worst start so far in this rebuild. We're 2-5, last in the division. The Browns are 6-1, the Steelers are 3-3, and the Bengals are 2-4. See what players we have to negotiate with. We got $104 million in cap space. Mark Andrews, 29 years old at tight end. 97 overall scheme fit. He wants a 4-year deal, 56 mil. He's not interested really, so I'm gonna bump him up to a 5-year deal. Said he could find a better team in free agency. All right. Ronnie Stanley has a lot of interest in coming back. 31 years old, 91 overall scheme fit. Superstar dev. Definitely gonna offer him this deal. He's coming back. Jamel Dean, 28 years old. He has a little bit of interest. 87 overall scheme fit, star dev. I'm gonna go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal and see if he'll sign that. Nice. And what else do we have here? Rashad Bateman, definitely want to bring him back, even though he has like no interest, but I don't care. Coming back, sir. Offer him a 4-year deal. He's coming back. He's happy. All right, we got 47 million left, so we're gonna have to save some for Mark Andrews. And Powers, he's 28. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year since he has no more dev. Kyle Hamilton, 24 years old. We'll go ahead and offer him a deal. 5-year deal since he has like no interest. He wants more. Shaq Barrett was a 1-year thing. End of the regular season, we finished 9-8 and missed the playoffs again for the 2nd year in a row. The Browns won the division with the 10-7 record. The Bengals went 9-8 and the Steelers went 5-12. See what happened with the stats. I want to see how Trey Lance did on this offense. 23rd, so that's a little bit better, I guess, than 30th on offense. And defensively, 32nd. Dang. Trey Lance threw for 4,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 64% completion with a 97 rating. I mean, that's really not great. I mean, it's not bad, but I like my quarterback to have around a 105 rating. Evans had 930 yards rushing, 3.7 per carry. That's pretty bad. And then he had 17 rushing touchdowns, which is pretty good. Trey Lance only had 250 yards rushing, 4.3 per carry with 6 touchdowns. McBride had 4 rushing touchdowns. Bateman had 1,200 yards receiving with 8 touchdowns. Chenault had 1,000 with 7. Mark Andrews had 900 with 7 touchdowns. Rookie Randall had 800 yards with 4 touchdowns, and then the other rookie had 200 yards with 2 touchdowns. Roquan Smith led the team in tackles with 132. Patrick Queen had 103. Shaq Barrett and Nick Bosa both had 12 TFLs. Nick Bosa led the team in sacks with 19. Shaq Barrett had 13. Mike Morris, the defensive end, had 8. And then where's the other guy? We don't have the outside linebacker up here. He had 0 sacks. Wow. Humphrey had 3 interceptions. Ford had 2. Dean had 2. Smith had 1. Queen had 1, and Booker had 1. Chiefs beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 24-17 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Justin Reed won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Dan Campbell won Coach of the Year with the Lions. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Brian Burns won Defensive Player of the Year with the Seahawks. We have $55 million in cap space. I think that I'm going to hold off on signing Mark Andrews right now. I'm going to try to sign some other players first, and if we have enough money, then I'll try to bring him back. Ben Powers, 29 years old. He's an 85 overall with normal dev. He wants a 2-year deal for $20 million, but he has no interest. I'm going to bump it up to a 3-year deal. He's coming back. That's good. $44 million left. Well, I want to bring Kyle Hamilton back for sure. 4 years, $24 million, but 0 interest. Already offered him a 5-year deal. Let me try a 6-year deal and see if that works. He's coming back. And then we got Falale. Definitely want to bring him back. 2 years, $8 million. He's 26 years old, 77 overall, scheme fit with star dev. Dude's 380 pounds. He wants to go to free agency. What the heck? Franchise tag, $15 million? No. Get him cheaper in free agency. And then Isaiah Likely. Alright, so we got $37 million left. Do we want to try to get Mark Andrews? He wants 4 years, $56 million. So we'll still have like $36 million left in cap space. Alright, we'll do it. Offer him this deal and see what he says. He wants to go to free agency. Alright, how much a franchise tag? $18 million. I think I'm just going to go ahead and sign Isaiah Likely instead and roll with him for the rest of the rebuild. Alright, done deal. We got $32 million going to free agency. The team is looking like before free agency. Trey Lance is just staying around at 79 overall. He still has star dev. Dobbins is up to 86. So I think that we're good at running back, wide receiver. Offensive line, we could use a right guard, but we could also go with Tippmann if we needed to. Likely is going to be starting for us at tight end for sure. Defensively, we definitely need to make some changes here because we had the worst ranked defense. I want to get us a legit defensive tackle and probably another defensive end that's good too, like a big heavy set guy that's probably like 85 to 90 overall. We don't really need another pass rushing outside linebacker because whenever we get into the specialist pass rush, it's going to be Bosa. And then Booker's only a 70 over here? What the heck? Hold up. How's he only a 70 whenever he's a 76 speed rusher over here? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be focusing on defensive tackle and defensive end. Free agency, I'm bringing DJ Reader in at defensive tackle. He's 347 pounds. He's an 84 overall. Scheme fit, star dev, 32 years old. Bringing Armstead back. He is at this point at 80 overall with star dev, 32 years old. And then I'm also bringing Falale back at right guard, 77 overall, 26 years old, star dev, scheme fit. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 17, but I'm going to trade up for the number 1 pick. I'm going to give him my first round pick this year, and next year, the Packers have it. I'm going to take it from them. This outside linebacker, Nick Rhodes from Utah, 6'2", 266 pounds, power rushing, scheme fit. Got him 100% scouted. He's a true top 5 talent. We really need a power rusher. He's 23 years old. He has elite acceleration, solid agility, change of direction, and jumping, but he has elite speed and elite strength. He's got hidden dev with 86 speed and 86 strength, so hopefully he can be the guy for us alongside of Nick Bosa. In the second round, I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Brandon Lyons from Wisconsin. He's 6'4", 355 pounds, run stop and scheme fit. Got him 100% scouted. He's a true first to second round talent. He's 23 years old. He has poor acceleration, solid agility, decent change of direction, marginal jumping and speed with elite strength. I have a feeling he's going to have normal dev. Oh, he has hidden dev, 97 strength. Here in the third round, we need a backup tight end, so I'm going to draft this tight end, Deshaun Gibson from Michigan State. He's 6'6", 245 pounds. He's a possession archetype, 22 years old. He has decent acceleration, elite agility, great change of direction with great speed. He has a chance to have A in some stuff, and he does have A in catching, medium route, short route. He's got hidden dead with 84 speed. Nice. Accidentally simulated past the draft recap, but the first overall pick that we traded up for was this guy, Nick Rhodes, 23 years old. He's a 78 overall. Scheme fit. We saw that he has hidden dev, so I think that's a pretty good pick. Really needed help on the pass rush, and especially with the defense in general. Second round pick, Brandon Lyons, the defensive tackle, is, it says 77 overall, but he's actually a 74. He has a 3 morale boost, so he's playing up to a 77. He has hidden dev also. And the third round pick was at tight end, Deshaun Gibson, 22 years old. He's already playing up to a 79 overall. He's actually a 76 overall, but he has hidden dev. Looks like he's going to be starting for us at tight end right away. So it might have been a good thing that we moved on from Mark Andrews. I mean, obviously he's a Baltimore Ravens legend at this point, but we just couldn't afford him anymore. Lineup for season 4, Trey Lance is still a 78 with star dev. Still got Dobbins at running back. Still got Bateman and Chenault, and then Randall at wide receiver. We do have Powers at left guard, but he's injured again for some reason. Stanley at left tackle, Linderbaum, Falale, and Duncan. And then Gibson's going to be starting for us at tight end because he's already a 79 with hidden dev. Defensively, this is where we made the most changes. We brought in Reeder and Armstead, and then we drafted Lyons. And we drafted Rhodes to be another pass rusher for us. Roquan Smith is down to start dead, but he's still a 96 overall. Queen's a 85. Williams is a 92. Humphrey's a 94. Dean is a 89. Ford still has star dead, but he's just hovering around the 80. And then on the specialist, it's going to be Nick Bosa, and then the rookie Rhodes coming into pass rush. So hopefully Rhodes can win us like defensive player of the year since he's the #1 overall pick. The midseason point, we're actually off to a good start. We're 4-2 and we're leading the division. The Bengals are 4-2, the Steelers are 4-3, and the Browns are 2-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $100 million in cap space. Definitely want to bring Humphrey back. He wants a 1-year deal for $18 million. We got the money. He's coming back. Marcus Williams, same thing. He wants 4 years, $62 million. Definitely want to bring him back. 29 years old. He's a 91 overall. I like it whenever people sign on the first deal. Linderbaum, 85 overall star dev, 26 years old. Please come back. There he is coming back. Patrick Queen, 27 years old, 85 overall star dev. Definitely want you back too. Will you sign this deal? Done deal, nice. DJ Reeder, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. We might end up just moving to the other defensive tackle that we just drafted. Chenault, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year on him as well. Same thing with Armstead, we're probably going to move on from him. Morris, probably going to move on from him. Still here at the midseason point, and I wanted to see what Rhodes' dev trait was, and unfortunately he only has star dev. And then Lyons still hasn't revealed his yet. He's a 78. He only has 15 snaps. We need to get him more snaps, man. I'm going to move him up on the depth chart. End of the regular season, we went 9-8. We missed the playoffs once again by 1 game. It looks like the Bengals went 10-7, the Steelers went 8-9, and the Browns went 7-10. See what happened over here with these stats, man. Number 6 ranked offense, so the offense is getting better. Let me guess, the defense got worse. 7th, what the heck? We had a top 10 in both offense and defense and didn't make the playoffs. Trey Lance threw for 4,400 yards, 33 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 67% completion with a 100 rating. Pretty good. Guess Huntley had to come in because Trey Lance got injured. Yeah, Trey Lance missed 2 games. Huntley actually did pretty good. He had 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 70% completion with a 105 rating, 790 yards. J.K. Dobbins, 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry with 13 touchdowns. McBride had 8 rushing touchdowns. Trey Lance had 4 rushing touchdowns. I don't know why I couldn't say touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 1,300 yards with 3 touchdowns. Chenault, 1,200 yards with 9 touchdowns. Randall, 800 yards with 12 touchdowns. The rookie tight end had 600 yards with 8 touchdowns. Nice. Patrick Queen led the team in tackles with 114. Nick Bosa and Armstead both had... Well, Bosa had 16 TFLs, Bosa had 15. I don't know why they both had 16 is what I thought. Nick Bosa, 18.5 sacks, nice. Armstead had 10. Nick Rhodes had 3. Reeder had 3. And that sucks that Rhodes only had 3. Humphrey had 5 interceptions, nice. Ford had 4. Rhodes had 2, and then Queen, Smith, Williams, Hamilton, Ross, and Cobb all had 1 interception. Lions beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 38-21 to win their 5th Super Bowl. Tom Walker, their quarterback, won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Henry Brock won Coach of the Year with the Jets. Josh Allen won Offensive Player of the Year also with the Bills. Aiden Hutchinson won Defensive Player of the Year with the Lions. We have $41 million in cap space. DJ Reader is down to a 79 overall with normal dev. I'm going to move on from him. I'm going to move on from Chenault as well and see if we can upgrade him. And we got Morris, the defensive end. I'm going to move on from him. Armstead is down to a 76 overall with normal dev. Definitely moving on from him. Jalen Duncan is the guy we drafted in the first round in the first draft. He's a 78 overall with normal dev. He's been starting for us at right tackle. I'm going to offer him a 3-year deal and see if he'll sign it. Nope. All right. It was worth a try. Trey Palmer at wide receiver. He's a 77 overall normal dev. Moving on from him. And I guess we're going to move on from all the rest of these guys. That's what the team is looking like before free agency. We do need another wide receiver. I mean, I guess we could roll with the 3 that we have. These 2 guys we drafted in the first round a couple years ago, but I would like to have 1 more guy that's probably like an 85. We do need another right tackle for sure. Defensively, Harden and Lions both have normal dev. They don't, man, what the heck? Lions had hidden dev last year, but now he doesn't have it anymore. Stupid. We need another defensive end. And that's pretty much it on defense. Free agency didn't really go too well. I'm only going to be bringing in left tackle Trent Brown. I'm going to move him to right tackle to start for us. He's 81 overall, star dev, scheme fit. He is 34 years old, but it's the last year of the rebuild. Try to get a wide receiver and a defensive end, but they all turned me down. I'm trading for a defensive end, Rousseau from the Bills. Giving up my 1st round pick next year and 2nd round pick this year, 2nd round pick next year to make it happen. Simulated the entire draft since we didn't have a 1st or 2nd round pick. The computer drafted this 72 overall cornerback in the 4th round, and he does have hidden dev. Number 1 pick in the draft was a 75 defensive end that went to the Rams. Highest in the entire class was an 82 running back that went to the Buccaneers. This is the starting lineup for the 5th and final season. Trey Lance is still sitting at a 79 with star dev. Dobbins is an 88 with star, Bateman's an 88 with star, and then we got Vaughn and Randall as a 2nd string and 3rd string wide receiver. Stanley at left tackle, Powers is 86 with normal dev, Linderbaum's at 88 with star, Falalay's at 81 with star, Brown's at 82 with star, Gibson's at 82 with star. Defensively, we still got Nick Bosa as a 99 X Factor, traded for Rousseau, he's a 96 superstar, Harden's a 79 with normal dev. The rest of the defense is actually looking pretty good. There are a bunch of star devs. Jamel Dean's at 88, Humphrey's at 92, Ford's at 82, Williams is at 92, Roquan Smith's at 97 with star, Patrick Queen's at 86 with star, Hamilton's at 85 with star. The midseason point, we're off to a great start. We're 5-2, leading the division. The Steelers are 4-2, the Browns are 3-3, Bengals are 1-5. Hopefully we can actually get us a playoff berth and win more than 9 games. End of the regular season, we finished 11-6 and finally made it back to the playoffs. The Steelers went 12-5 and won the division. The Bengals went 9-8 and the Browns went 8-9. See what happened with the player stats for the year. We had the 3rd ranked offense, very nice. Defensively, number 6. So everything's coming together for us in this final year. Trey Lance had a ridiculous year, threw for 5,300 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 67% completion with the 111 rating. Wow. J.K. Dobbins had a great year also, 1,100 yards rushing, 4.2 per carry with 19 touchdowns. And then Trey Lance had almost 300 yards, 4.2 per carry with another 6 touchdowns on the ground. So he had 6 rushing and 40 passing, so 46 touchdowns by him. Rashad Bateman, 1,400 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns. Randall, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Vaughn, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Gibson, the tight end, 850 yards, 8 touchdowns. Awesome. Patrick Queen, 121 tackles, led the team. Roquan Smith had 115. Nick Bosa had 20 TFLs and 23.5 sacks. Wow. Rousseau had 16 sacks. Definitely worth the trade. Lions only had 3.5. Justin Ford had 4 interceptions. Patrick Queen and Marlon Humphrey both had 2. Roquan Smith, Penn, Williams, and Jamel Dean all had 1 interception. Going to be playing against the 10-7 Raiders in the wild card round of the playoffs. We got the Colts against the Chiefs, the Jets against the Texans, and then the Steelers had a 1st round bye week. Unfortunately, we ended up losing to the Raiders 31-14, so no magical Super Bowl run for us in the last season. Seahawks with Lamar Jackson at quarterback ended up winning the Super Bowl against the Colts 28-23 to win their second Super Bowl, and your boy Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP with the Seahawks. Wow. But look at the regular season. Trey Lance won MVP of the regular season with the Ravens. That's a one way to close out the rebuild. Henry Brock won Coach of the Year with the Jets. Deebo Samuel won Offensive Player of the Year with the 49ers. Nick Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year with the Ravens. Nice. This is what the final team looks like. Of course, Trey Lance would win MVP the last year and jump up to superstar dev. This is what I wanted him to do the entire time. I mean, the Bills offense looks like it's working out good for him. He just had to get a couple years into it, figure it out. Dobbins is at 89 with star dev. Bateman's all the way up to a 92 with star dev. Dude looks legit. Randall's at 84. Vaughn's at 81. Stanley's been solid for us at left tackle. He's at 90 with superstar. Power stayed around to 84 with normal dev. Linderbaum's up to 89. Falalei's up to 83. Trent Brown's at 82. And Gibson's already at 86 at tight end. Nice. Defensively, Rousseau jumped up to X Factor. Awesome. Bosa has 3 upgrades he can't even use because he's already maxed out completely. Ford jumped up to superstar. Nice, I guess because he led the team in interceptions. Probably won like best cornerback or something. I don't know. Guess we can look at it real quick. Progression history. Superstar dev just for the heck of it. Development trait increase. Alright. Could have used that a couple years ago. I guess better late than never. And then Roquan Smith's at 96 with star dev. Patrick Queen's at 88 with star. Williams is at 92 with star. Hamilton's at 86 with star. But that's going to be it for the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Make some suggestions for other types of rebuilds that you want to see down in the comments below. Appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.